Again, trustees present, Mr. Camarillo, Dr. Norma Lopez Harris, Dr. Zabaleta, Ms. Aldrete, and Ms. Delia Saenz, and our president, Jesus Roberto Rodriguez. I'll call on Dr. Zabaleta for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas,
one state, under God, one and indivisible.
We do know it. That was a test.
was a test.
And we passed.
Good teacher, Dr. Zabaleta.
Public comment? None. Okay, item number 4, consideration and possible action on adoption of procedure to fill the Board of Trustees place number 5. And I'm gonna call on legal counsel to tell us to present the item.
Okay, there's two procedures that you can choose from when you want to replace someone who has passed on the board. One is by nomination. It's called a resolution, but it's the vote of the board is a resolution, is an order of the board. So you can vote on the procedure to have the nomination process, which we've done 3 times in the past over the last 10 or 12 years. Or you can vote, choose from the option of having a special election. We've never done that. So this item takes care of which procedure do you, as a board, collectively want to take. And you'll have a motion and a vote on the procedure, whether you want to go with a nomination by the board members or if you want to go with a special election.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
I move to adopt procedure A, appointment of vacancy to fill Board of Trustees place 5 as presented by our legal counsel.
A second.
Have a motion and a second. A motion by Ms. Saenz, second by
Second.
Dr. Zabaleta. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Against? Motion carries. Me brinqué. Okay, item number 5. ¿Dónde está? Consideration and possible action to fill the board. Having adopted the procedure to fill the Board of Trustees place 5 vacancy by appointment, we will move to agenda item number 5, consideration and possible action to fill the Board of Trustees for place 5 vacancy by appointment.
So moved?
I second that.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Nominations.
I would like to nominate Mr. Edgar Garcia for place 5.
Okay.
And by-
I have a motion by Ms. Saenz, second by Mr. Camarillo. Any more nominations? No? Having that, then I'll go ahead and take a vote. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
I'd like to talk a little bit about Mr. Garcia's story.
Go ahead. Can you move the?
Yes. Well, we all have a story to tell, and today I'd like to talk a little bit about Mr. Edgar Garcia's story. He grew up in a neighborhood around Rivera High School. He attended Vermilion Elementary. He went to Garcia Middle School, and he graduated from Rivera High School. There, he was awarded the prestigious Gates Millennium Scholarship. After graduation, he moved to San Antonio, and he attended UTSA for a short time. But I'd like to say that he regained his senses and came back to his roots and attended TSC. Afterwards, he transferred to UTB, where he graduated with a degree in biology. Mr. Garcia entered the field of education and taught at Rivera High School for 2 years. There he taught biology and he coached varsity football and varsity basketball. Soon after, he decided on a career path change. And at that time, he applied for a Master's of Science degree in Physician Assistant Studies from Texas Pan American University. Today, Mr. Garcia works as a PA with a decade of experience under his belt. He's a highly respected member of our community, and I believe Mr. Garcia will be an excellent role model for students enrolling at TSC. Lastly, I would just like to say that I believe that Mr. Garcia will be a valuable asset to our board, and joining us as a team of 7, we can accomplish many, many great things.
Thank you. Any more discussion?
I would like to say a few words.
Go ahead.
I would like to say that I've heard nothing but good things about Mr. Garcia. He's very well-respected PA in the community. And being a TSC graduate, I like that because I'm a TSC graduate myself, and I know that we share the love for TSC. And you would be a great asset for the board.
Thank you.
I'm sure if I may.
Sure.
So, Mr. Garcia, we've known each other for a short time, and I can't think of anyone else who I really would choose to work with, and I'm sure the members of my colleagues are going to see this. Obviously, we're going to say the same. I think your story, your background is just impeccable. It's ideal. It's something that I think when you look at kids from this community, we look at their backgrounds, and to say, hey, I can do this, I can be that one day. You definitely are giving that light to that demographic of our population that wants to see themselves in better places, and you've so done that. But you also have come through a lot of perseverance personally in your life, and I think that's extremely important in you moving forward and what you plan to do here in the future. So I welcome you, and I very much look forward to working with you, sir.
I want to say a few words as well.
All right.
Welcome, Mr. Garcia. You have a beautiful family. I grew up with Miss Paola. And you know what? He's been a member of our community that he gives back. Recently, on Saturday, he was at our back-to-school fair giving out school supplies for our students. I've seen him there and in many other different events out there. So I know you're going to be a great asset here with us.
I'm just going to add that as the board gets older, we've changed who we want to have on the board. If you look at us, we're an older board, except for these 3 young ones that need a lot of growing up to do. But the 3 of us might need a PA, so welcome. and now I think I will take a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Mr. Garcia, welcome. Would you like to say a few words, Mr. Garcia?
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. I am deeply honored to stand before you today as I accept the position for TSC board member. This is a responsibility that I do not take lightly, and I am both humbled and excited about the opportunity to serve our community in this capacity. Personally, one of my biggest satisfactions is to give back to others, whether it is through impacting others through healthcare or through community outreach or community service. Giving back to my community is one of my biggest driving factors. I strongly feel that God puts us where He needs us. And being able to give back to my community in this new capacity as TSC board member is a true honor. Education is a cornerstone of a thriving society, and I believe that every student in our community deserves access to the best possible education experience. Our schools are more than just institutions of learning. They are the foundations upon which we build the future of our community. The decisions we make here will impact not only the students of today, but also the leaders of tomorrow. TSC has thrived through strong leadership throughout the years, and I look forward to contributing to help the continued growth and success of TSC. I want to express my gratitude to the members of the board for entrusting me with this important role. I also want to thank the professors, staff, and administrators who work tirelessly every day to educate and inspire our students. Their dedication and commitment are the thriving forces behind our success. As I step into this position, I am committed to listening, learning, and working collaboratively with all of you. I believe that the best decisions are made when we engage in open and honest dialogue, when we respect diverse perspectives, and prioritize the needs of our students above all else. My goal is to work towards a college environment where every student feels supported and challenged to reach their full potential. I will strive to advocate for policies and practices that enhance academic achievement, promote equity, and ensure that our schools are inclusive places where everyone can thrive. I look forward to working with each of you as we navigate the challenges and opportunities ahead. Together, we can make a meaningful impact on the lives of our students and the future of our community. I want to take a moment to thank my wife, Paola, my children, Santiago and Emilia, for their unwavering support. And I would also like to take a moment to say a few words in Spanish to thank my parents who are here present today. Mamá, gracias por siempre inculcarnos los valores y principios con los que nos educaste. Tus consejos y palabras siempre están presentes en todo lo que hago. Gracias por siempre enseñarnos la importancia de obtener una educación y de enseñarnos que en todo lo que hacemos debemos de poner a Dios primero. Papá, gracias por siempre enseñarnos esa ética de trabajo que tienes. Es incomparable verte a los 81 años de edad y aún queriendo trabajar. Es el mejor ejemplo que nos has podido dar. Gracias a los dos por siempre estar presentes y por siempre apoyarnos en todo. Hoy no es la excepción. Thank you all again for this incredible opportunity, and I am eager to get to work. Thank you.
I'm going to go to item number 6, and then we'll take the oath, okay? Since the place vice vacancy was filled by appointment, there will be no action on the agenda item number 6, and we will move on to item number 7, which is the administration of oath. Where is my, who's going to swear you in?
Congratulations. But number one, I want to tell you that you're filling the shoes of a man that was very much loved by the community. And loved, I would say, not by the community, but he was loved by la gente. And that anybody who lived in this area of Cameron County, Brownsville, knew Ruben. Not only because he was an attorney, but they knew Mr. Herrera because he was a good friend. He was a good friend to this college. He was a good friend to many people, but he was a very good friend of mine. We actually we were both students here at TSC, and I can tell you one thing about Ruben. We would walk into class, and he would be the first one that went in and walked out after we took a test. And I would look at him and I said, Ruben, how the hell do you finish these tests before me? Well, later on I found out he had a secret, but I'm not gonna reveal that secret. But Ruben and I had many years of going to school together and being students, and then we spent many years giving back to the community. Both of us were graduates of Leadership Brownsville Class 9, and we did a lot of community service together. And then I remember him working at the Cameron County Housing Authority. And not only did he do a lot for his family, for the community, but there was never a time que Rubén no se ofrecía ayudar al prójimo. And so I want you to know that you're filling the shoes of a man that has made up a legacy for himself.
Yes.
And a legacy for his family. And as a dear friend of mine, the board probably is gonna resonate these words. He was a great man, and I'm honored to swear you in, replacing him. And I hope that you can live up to that expectation. And it seems from what I've heard that you've done great things, and we hope to see you do even greater.
Thank you.
Okay? So if you'll raise your right hand. This one's a little bit longer. This is the better one. But I gotta give you this because I didn't talk to you before. That says, I, you say your name,
I, Edgar Garcia,
do solemnly swear and affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I have not directly or indirectly paid,
that I have not directly or indirectly paid,
offered,
offered,
promised to pay,
promised to pay,
contributed, or promised to contribute
contributed or promised to contribute
any money or thing of value,
any money or thing of value,
or promised any public office
or promised any public office
or employment
or employment
for the giving or withholding
for the giving or withholding
of a vote
of a vote
at the election
at the election
at which I was elected,
at which I was elected,
or as a reward to secure my appointment
or as a reward to secure my appointment
or confirmation,
or confirmation,
whichever the case may be.
whichever the case may be.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Okay. We can have you sign here. And I guess I didn't even introduce myself. My name is Sylvia Garza, and I am proudly serve as your Cameron County Clerk for the entire county of Cameron. I am the first female elected to this position, and I want to thank you for allowing me to swear you in today. Okay, ese es el mero mero. We'll ask your wife, your parents to come and stand next to you. Pásese para acá, para enfrente, para que estén con él. And your kids. Ahora sí, esta es la mera mera. If you want to step over here on this side, there you go. And again, we're going to ask you to raise your right hand and repeat after me. I
I, Edgar Garcia,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
and affirm
and affirm
that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
execute the duties
execute the duties
of the office
of the office
of Board
of Board
Trustee
Trustee
for the Texas Southmost College District
for the Texas Southmost College District
of the State of
of the
Texas.
State of Texas,
And I will, to the best of my abilities,
and I will, to the best of my abilities,
preserve,
preserve,
protect,
protect,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and the laws of the United States
and the laws of the United States
and of this state.
and of the state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, sir. You are officially a trustee. We'll have you sign right here. And now? Today's the 11th, right?
Today's the 12th.
The 12th. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna sign my name here.
Take a picture, please.
Can we get a picture? This is
Yes.
a better one? Let me take off my glasses. Boy, you're tall and I'm short. Okay, waist up, so I don't look, so I don't look that short.
Let's have a picture with the whole board.
Of course.
Dr. Sabaneta has competition for height
Yeah.
as a board member. Couldn't quite catch what he does. Did you hear what he's a physician's assistant? Yeah, that's- I wasn't too sure.
I take it executive session's gonna be real quick, because it's all right.
I would think so. Good, good.
Take a seat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Where is it? Mr. Garcia, welcome. The board is full, and I'm very happy. When Ms. Garza Perez said that Mr. Herrera was loved, he always had TSC in his heart. I hope that you will have it in your heart too. And again, like you said, you got big shoes to fill. But I hope that you're a little easier to work with than Mr. Herrera. than Mr. Herrera. So, welcome. And now we have some refreshments. We want to do that. Let's recess for a little bit. Let's go have some refreshments, and then we'll continue with the meeting. I will now reconvene the special meeting of the Board of Trustees of the Texas Southmost College District. Item number 8. Your first meeting, Mr. Garcia. Consideration and possible action of a bank resolution for signature card authorization. Dr. Figueroa?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members of the board, President Rodriguez, before you and for your consideration, you have a bank resolution. Given that during the last board meeting, there was a change in the board leadership, we need to update signature cards with the different banks. So this resolution allows us to officially make the change with all of our banking institutions.
I have a motion by Ms. Aldrete,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Camarillo. Discussion? Mr. Garcia, this is for the bank signatures, so feel free, you can vote. We've got, Dr. Figueroa doesn't allow us any hanky-panky, so you're welcome to vote. Since there was a change in secretary, now it's Dr. Lopez Harris, she needs to sign, and we need this resolution, okay? All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Item number 9, review of the Texas Southmost College District, a proposed budget for FY '25. Is that you, Dr. Figueroa?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members of the board, President Rodriguez, before you and for your consideration is the proposed 24-25 budget. This budget started in February and it's continuing its process, bringing it today as a board, the proposed rate and budget for this next fiscal year. With it, we'll have also the tax rate timeline. This will allow the board to vote on one of the proposed tax rates that we will be presenting for you later on today, and eventually going into August 22nd to approve both the tax rate and the budget. The first of the funds that we'll review is our educational and general fund. This is where most of our revenues come in. The current proposed budget for fiscal year '25 is $57,364,118. There is an increase of $8.2 million from prior year. In your packets, you have both what was approved last year and this year. The majority of the increase is in state appropriations, and that has to do with how we're going to be funded next year by the state. Here you have the proposed balanced budget. This budget includes all of our revenues that were presented earlier, the $57 million, with the corresponding expenses to run the college. They are divided by division in general institution and bond payments. This is a balanced budget, which means that the projected expenses match the projected revenues. The second fund that we have is the auxiliary fund, and we'll start with the revenue of $2.4 million. The biggest change that is happening from fiscal year '24 to fiscal year '25 is that we're moving the daycare revenues to the educational and general fund. So we're moving both the revenue and the expenses. Just as the prior budget in the ENG, this is also a balanced budget, which means, again, that the projected revenues and expenses are in line for fiscal year '25. Are there any questions for me?
No, Mr. Garcia, you can get together with the president next week or whenever you're available. It's going to come up for vote on the 22nd, and you need to be prepared, okay? So that's not an action item. Information only. Item number 10, consideration and possible action on the proposed TSC District 2024 tax rate and schedule a public hearing. Dr. Figueroa?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members of the board, President Rodriguez, before you, you have the 2024 property tax rate proposal. Just to give you a little bit of history, the tax rate for the properties consists of two pieces. One is the maintenance and operation portion of the rate, which allows us to do the day-to-day operations, and that it's included in our operating budget. And then we also have the debt service rate that it's used to pay those bonds that were issued where the constituents voted themselves into that piece of the tax rate. We have three different property tax rates that we have to calculate a rate for and present to you. One is the border approval rate. This is the rate that, according to the tax law, we can go up to an 8% of the maintenance and operation from year to year, and that's what's already pre-approved by voters. So we don't have to ask for that. That's what the district can propose. There's also the prior year rate. This is basically the same rate that we had in year 23. And the non-new revenue tax rate, which is the rate that we calculate to bring the exact same amount of revenue that we had the prior year. Here are the calculations that were done on those three tax rates. And again, it's divided between the maintenance and operation portion and the debt. The total for the border approved rate is 0.115117. If we convert that into how much will somebody that owns a property that is worth $100,000, that will be $115.12 for every $100,000 of property value. The prior year rate, again, that's the rate that we have today, and that's 0.119767, or $119.77 of a property valued at $100,000. The non-new revenue tax rate will be 0.110797, or $110.80. These are the three calculations that come up from the tax property rate. The budget that got presented to you earlier, and we're proposing in this line, it's the border approval tax rate. This will be a rate of 115117, or $115.12 for a property value at $100,000. Compared to prior year rate for 2023, the one that we had, which was 1.119767, or $119.70, that is a difference of negative $4.65 for every $100,000 valuation. The reason for this is property values have gone up in our county.
Yeah.
So today, this meeting is to discuss, so the board can discuss that tax rate and take a vote on it. After that, we can publish the notice no later than August 17th. On the 22nd, there will be a public hearing. And after that, there is the adoption of the rate. So right now, the vote is to propose the tax rate.
Thank you.
I move to propose a tax rate of 0.115117 per $100 of valuation as presented.
Second.
I have a motion by Ms. Saenz, second by Ms. Aldrete. Any discussion?
It's 1151, yes, 17,
Did she not read it?
11512.
No, I read the number that's here.
Did you read it properly?
I just want to confirm.
Read it again, Ms. Saenz.
I move to propose a tax rate of 0.115117 per
Yes.
$100 of valuation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against?
We-
Abstentions?
We need,
You're abstaining. Okay,
we need individual votes, ma'am, for this item.
that's right. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes. I need a vote, Dr. Zavaleta.
Yes or no?
I need an individual vote. Yes? Yes, okay.
Yes.
Yes?
I will abstain from this vote.
Yes.
Research more on this.
Yes.
Okay? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Ya. ¿Se acabó? No, si hacemos usted, o we're going to executive session. The board will now convene in executive session as provided by Government Code, Chapter 551.071 and 551.072, 551.074, consultation with the attorneys. We're now in executive session. We're back from executive session. There is no items in executive session. I guess I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved?
Moved by
second.
Mr. Camarillo, second by Dr. Lopez Harris. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Let's go.
Yay.